Hi Taurus, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings from the Heart. So this is your 7-day advice reading from 3rd July through to the 9th of July 2017. Universe Spirit, what is the advice that you have for Taurus? What is the advice that you have for Taurus over the next 7 days? Taurus, Sun, Moon and Rising Signs. 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 What is the advice that you have for Taurus, Sun, Moon and Rising Signs between the 3rd of July 2017 and the 9th of July 2017? Show me. Alright, so your advice is the 10 of Wands. You might have a lot of things that you need to deal with next week, Taurus, because the 10 of Wands means, it doesn't just mean burdens and struggles, it means that you're literally dealing with a hell of a lot of shit, a lot of stuff. Might mean that you're struggling towards a deadline, for example, with the 10 of Wands. 10 of Wands can also mean concealment or trying to conceal something here. But in the main, I feel that you guys, next week, the advice might be that you're taking on too much or you're trying to get everything done at once. Let's have a look at what the reason is. We've got the Page of Wands showing here and the 5 of Pentacles. Okay, let me think about that combination together. For some of you guys, it might be that there is a bit of a struggle, Taurus, coming in. And this is you guys, funnily enough. The Taurus card is the 5 of Pentacles. Okay. It might be telling you that you need to struggle through on a situation, though, as well. I do think that you guys might be struggling with something here. The Page of Wands can represent news or communication. Is there communication in terms of finances maybe here? Maybe is this where the struggle comes from for some of you guys? Page of Wands I usually know to be a good card though in terms of communication. If it's a message coming in, it's usually good. And 5 of Pentacles is financial instability. So it's really, you know, it could be actually that with this 10 of Wands, because 10s represent things being over, it might actually be that a very pressurized time is coming to a close, if I thought about it in that sense, because this is good. You know, we don't have a nasty card. Page of Swords should really be the card that shows up for bad news. It might be good news about some financially problematic times you were going through. So Page of Wands for me is the good news card. You get Page of Cups, Page of Wands, it's good, because it could be that there's good news around some financial help you could be receiving. 5 of Pentacles also represents financial support or financial help, especially when you're going through a time of instability. So I think that this is good. I think that there is something coming to a close, because 10s represent that finally, if you think about the 9 of Wands, the 9 of Wands actually says finally something's coming to you and it's coming in quick. Well, if you've got a 10 after the 9, it means literally it's done. So I think that a time of struggle is coming to a close with this 10 of Wands. I think this is your advice, because I think you're going to be receiving some good news with this Page of Wands energy, and I'm reading this as a news card because it feels like a messenger coming to you, and this is good news here around possibly a financially problematic situation here with the 5 of Pentacles that you guys might have been going through. We're going to see what the 10 of Wands is about. Why have you given us the advice of the 10 of Wands for Taurus? Why have you given us the advice as the 10 of Wands for Taurus? Show me. What's the situation about with that 10 of Wands? Why is the advice the 10 of Wands for Taurus? Show me. Yeah, I think there's some change that's coming in real quick. Alright. I think that this is something is coming to a point of completion now. When you get 10s, they represent changes and cycles coming to a close. But pertaining to their suit, they will represent what that cycle is that might be changing. With the 10 of Swords, it might be that finally something is coming to a close, but it's been in the most painful way. So it might be that you've been betrayed or you've been hurt by a person, but it allows you now to end that chapter of your life and move on to something new. 10 of Cups can speak about the greatest happiness, but it is also a card about the home. So sometimes this shows when somebody's buying or selling a home, for example. You know? 10 of Pentacles can mean, you know, the most money that you can have, but it can also mean situations within a family that are changing, especially security. Not that it's changing for the bad, but finally you're at that very point now where changes can come in. The 10 of Wands can mean that a deadline finally has been reached. Okay, that finally a time of pressure is coming to a close with the 10 of Wands. And it's saying the advice is this, because of the Knight of Swords. Now, I could have read it that there will be struggles because with a person. We could read it two ways. but still we've got to look at why we've got these cards here, Taurus. Why do we have such a good card here, the Page of Wands? And it is a good card. It's a really good card. You know, when you get the Page of Wands, it's like a news flash, or roll up, come and get your newspaper. That's what the Knight of Wands is. Page of Wands does. He brings in messages of good tidings, either around news, around money, or around relationships. It's a good tidings card. Well, what's the good tidings about? It's about your finances. So I think some good tidings are coming in, possibly around finances here with the Five of Pentacles here, which is why the advice is, I don't think that this is anything to worry about. I don't think there's struggles with an aggressive individual, for example. I think that the time of struggle is coming to an end. And why is that? Because change is coming. Knight of Swords, when you get this as a messenger as well, something's coming to an end. Some of you guys, because you're receiving a message. Knight of Swords also shows a message is coming in fast. So I think there's a message coming in fast for some of you guys this week. And I think that this message is based on good tidings here, possibly around your financial status, especially if you've been going through financial instability here. This card, when you get the Five of Pentacles, it represents that even in the bad times you'll have support. So it could be a message about support. Could be to do with finances or anything, but I think that there's good tidings in terms of some support that's coming in for you here. So I think it's a really good week, Taurus, okay? Because I can't figure that this would be struggling with this individual here. Well, why are you struggling with this individual? This should tell us Page of Wands and the Five of Pentacles. You can read it however you want to read it, but that's how I'm reading it at the moment, because I'm, you know, obviously I can't make this a 45-minute reading and look at all the various, you know, the various combinations we can look at. But for me, this is good tidings. It could be something to do with support around your finances next week. And that's why the advice is some form of a struggle is coming to a close, I feel here. Because I think that news is coming in for you. And this news should be good tidings with the Page of Wands over maybe something to do with your financial situation. Okay, that is your advice reading, Taurus, for next week. I would like to say thanks ever so much for joining me, and I'll speak to you guys soon. Take care.